As content creators, we have a lot of jobs to do. Depending on what you do, you can run a blog, a YouTube channel, multiple social medias, an email list, and maybe you're even doing freelance work and taking on other content creators' work as well. So for today's video, I'm going to show you how I organize and plan out all of my content so I can manage it all. First, let's talk about the different productivity techniques that you can use to make things organized and go much faster. You could try theming your days of the week. You may not have to have a set task for every day, but maybe your most important tasks or the ones that take the longest, you can have a set day to do those things. So for example, let's say Monday you do all of your SEO and keyword research for a ton of blog posts at once. Then another day, like Wednesday, let's say, is set aside for writing all of your blog posts or YouTube videos or whatever it is that you need to write. If you record videos, you can choose maybe Thursday to do that, and maybe Sunday is your day for all of your social media management. What this is helping you do is batch creating your content. You could also batch create your content on a smaller scale. Maybe you don't have the ability to do everything all in one day, or you don't like organizing out your days that way so that every Monday you're doing the same thing over and over again. That's okay too, because I'm the same way. I do batch recording content when I'm doing my YouTube videos. I write a few scripts one day or maybe over the course of a couple days, and then I choose one day that week that I'm going to record as many YouTube videos as I can. For me, this makes creating content a lot easier because if you are writing, you're in the mindset of writing. You don't have to try to get yourself into the groove of writing. You're already there. For YouTube videos, same thing. My camera is already set up. I only have to set it up once. My lights are already set up and I'm already in the mindset of recording. So I tend to even mess up less when I'm recording because I've been doing it all day, which in the end just makes everything go faster. And plus you'll have a few blog posts or YouTube videos or whatever you're doing in bulk so that they'll be ready to post throughout the month. The next method is time blocking. This kind of falls under the category of batch creating content again, but just in a different way. I've done this method before where I have used Google Calendar to organize out my day. All you do for this method is essentially you look how much time you have to work for the day, you look at all of the tasks that you need to do, and you set a specific time limit for each task in that day. So if you have to write a blog post, get it scheduled, and promote it on social media, you can block an hour or so for writing, block maybe 15 to 20 minutes to proofread it and get it scheduled, and then maybe block 15 minutes in your day to get it promoted on social media. Obviously, your times are going to be different based off of your needs, but that's just an example of what you can do. This method works best if before you start this method, you take some time to actually time how long these tasks take you. So if you want to start using the time blocking method, I recommend take some time and every task that you sit down and do and want to time block, you time yourself. Do this for maybe a week or two. That way you know how long these tasks actually take to do so that when you do start time blocking, you don't give yourself way too much time and you also aren't rushing to finish before the clock runs out. It's important with this method to be realistic about how much time you have and how long each task takes. That's why it's good to know how long they do take so that you can plan accordingly. There are two other productivity methods that I've tried, and they're called the Pomodoro technique and the Ivy League productivity method. I've written blog posts on both of these, so I'll link them down below if you're interested in hearing about those. Now let's talk about the organization tools and other things that I use to make your life easier as a content creator. First thing is a content calendar. I always, every single year, make a content calendar for myself on Google Sheets. And honestly, Google Sheets in itself is a great resource for me. I use Google Sheets all the time to make sure everything is organized in my business. This is the content calendar that I use. It's also up in my shop. I kind of just have the month here. You can change that as it goes. You have little options here to say what part of the blog post order you're in. The blog post title, you can add keywords, other links, other content ideas that you have that you want to link to that, and any other notes that you have. I have mine broken down from blog in the first quarter, and then I have YouTube in the first quarter here as well, and then I have quarter 2, quarter 3, and quarter 4. I also have blog content ideas. I have mine sectioned out into the different niches that I talk about, and I also have an up next or what I'm using type of ideas here so that I can just move them from here into here. I have my YouTube content ideas here. I have any holiday content ideas here, which is basically just like what part of the year that I'm in, and then if I want, I can write down all of my content ideas in this section. I don't know how much of this is in the one on my shop because I have edited this for my personal use, of course. I have backlinks that I've gotten over here, just a few blog posts, what I'm trying to edit here, blog post ideas and inspiration. This is definitely in the content calendar on my shop. I'm pretty sure these are not, but post inspiration, if I have anything here. I have all of my branding things here. This is definitely in the content calendar on my shop. And then I have the monthly overview for people. I don't use the monthly overview personally. I just use the quarter 1, 2, 3, 4. But if you want, this is the first sheet of the one on my shop. I just never use it, so I put it in the back. Always knowing what you are going to post and planning out more than one idea ahead, to me, is pretty useful. It makes things go a lot faster, and I feel like ideas are more organized and thought out when you actually plan them out, as opposed to just writing whatever you feel like whenever you feel like. The next thing on the list is a social media content calendar. So I have all of my blog post links here. This is mostly for my Pinterest. I have this up for sale in my shop as well. Mine is obviously a lot different though, because I've organized it to fit my needs. Same thing goes for my YouTube videos. I just put that on this section here to make everything easier. I have all of my affiliate links and my products right here on this page, and Twitter goes right here. Much of the same thing. Date, time, you can change the time to whatever times you want. It's got a drop-down menu. The content type, if you want to let yourself know it's a service or a blog post or whatever. The link, photo, hashtag, and if it's scheduled, not scheduled, whatever. That is all available on the one in my shop. And once again, for the expenses spreadsheet, we are back in Google Sheets. Is anybody surprised? Because you shouldn't be. I have all of my stuff organized out here by year, 2020, 2021. I have my affiliate programs that I'm a part of here as well. And then my 2022 expenses and income as well. Even if you're not making money now, or you're not making a ton of money, I still recommend that you have one of these. I've been creating one for a few years now, as you can see, and it not only tracks the income that I'm making, but it also tracks what I am spending. As I'm sure you know, us as content creators don't get taxes taken out of anything that we earn, so we need to track what we're earning to take taxes out at the end of the year. But we can also claim anything that we bought for our business on our taxes at the end of the year to help that number that we pay back go down. For example, this laptop. I bought this laptop specifically for work, and 99.9% of the time, all I am doing on this laptop is work. So I can claim this on my taxes next year. One tool that I use on and off is Trello. If I go to my YouTube board, you can see that I have all of my ideas planned out here. I have some Pinterest ideas, and then I have some ideas that are just in the queue. And I create little cards for every section of my ideas. So I have Productive Day in My Life series. I have a digital well-being series I'm interested in doing, decluttering series. And if you click on this, you can see I have a checklist with all of the ideas or keywords inside of them, and some of them are researched with a tool that I'll show you in a minute. And that way it kind of keeps everything really organized. I don't have a giant list of ideas right here. I can just go in and say, okay, I want to do a Canva series. Here's all of my Canva ideas that I have. I have a column for what I'm currently working on next, what I'm scripting. So this is the video that I'm recording right now. It's due tomorrow, which, you know, exposing myself a little bit here, but you can add in dates and decide when things are going to be done. I have a YouTube video checklist so I can see what I'm currently working on there. And Trello makes it easy to move. I can just click and drag this. I can put this in recording because I'm literally recording it. I can, when I'm done, move it into editing, schedule an upload, tell myself when it's promoted, and then this is when I'm doing the review process of my YouTube channel. And I have one from my blog that's pretty much the same thing. The next time-saving tip that I have for you isn't really a tool, but it is something that you can use to make your life a little bit easier. And that is having a template of questions that you can ask yourself when you're writing a blog post. Here's what mine looks like. I have a list of blog post questions that I answer every single time I write a blog post. I have a research section, a writing section, editing plan, a release phase, a share section, a review section, and a repeat section. I have one for my blog post and one that is tailored towards my YouTube channel. And then all I have to do is file, make a copy, make a whole new copy for whatever blog post or YouTube video I'm doing, and then I have this template for the next time I record a video. The next couple things I have for you really aren't organization tools, but they are still tools that you can use in order to make your business run smoother and quicker. The first thing that I use is an SEO research tool called Key Search. This is the tool that I use to keyword research for my blog posts, and they do also have a YouTube research section as well, but I have another tool that I can show you for YouTube research. And basically all you have to do is type in your keyword here and you can see a little bit about that keyword. The search trends for the year, you can see that the competition is fairly difficult, and you can see other keywords over here on the side. If you click on score, it will organize them from the highest score down to the lowest score, and then you can search through and see the volume of it and what other keywords that you might want to use. I'm just really getting used to this tool, so if you guys want a full tutorial on how to use key search, let me know down below in the comment section, because I want to learn more about this tool so that I can teach you guys how to use it as well, because some of the things that I'm learning about this tool are really useful and can definitely help you start ranking on Google. This is a paid tool, but honestly, it is one of the cheaper SEO keyword research tools that you can use, and it's one of the best. So I'll leave a link down below to it if you want to check it out, and let me know also if you want a full tutorial on this. The next tool I have for you is for your YouTube channel exclusively, and it is called vidIQ. I use this tool for every single one of my YouTube videos, and it helps me rank a lot of my YouTube videos in search. Most of my YouTube traffic comes from YouTube search, so this is a great tool if you are a YouTuber. I have the paid plan where I paid $10 a month for vidIQ. There is a free browser extension, but if you're serious about YouTube, I recommend getting the $10 a month one because it gives you access to their browser where you can see a lot more information about your YouTube channel. The first thing you can see here is your channel stats. You can see the last 7 days, 30 days, or all time on there. You can see your monetization tracker if you're not monetized like me just yet. And over here, you can see all of your keyword opportunities, the best ones that you have for your channel, the best times to post. You can get some different competitors on here. There's a couple other upgrades for vidIQ Boost if you want to do higher ones. I don't worry about them, but there's a few extra tools on there too if you pay for it. Top videos for your channel, top searches for your channel. They have a daily ideas tool where they give you free ideas that are the best for your channel. And here is the section that I use the most, keywords. You can type in any keyword that you want. Let's just do Pinterest idea pins. You can see the overall search volume, the competition. You can go to related keywords and see even more. And just like with key search, you can click on overall and you can see the best ones versus the worst ones to rank for. Matching terms, a lot of times this doesn't come up with anything. This time it happened to. And you can also see questions. Sometimes this comes up with stuff, but if you're doing something really niche, questions won't come up for them, but there is that tool as well. I will leave a link down below to this one as well. Highly recommend it if you're on YouTube. It's not that expensive for the amount of stuff that you get. Absolutely love it. I could not run my YouTube channel the way that I do without this tool. And the last tool that I want to tell you about is something that I use consistently all of the time. If you've been anywhere on this channel, you have heard me talk about this tool before, and that of course is Canva. Canva is just a fantastic tool all around for bloggers or YouTubers or content creators or anybody like that to do anything graphic design. And they just recently launched a desktop app, and this desktop app is one of my favorite things ever. I love it. It's exactly like it is online, but just as a download on your desktop. So this is the desktop app. As you can see, it's absolutely no different than the one that's online. I'm currently paying for Canva Pro. You don't need Canva Pro. The desktop version is free. The online version is free. But if you do use Canva a lot, I do recommend getting the Pro version because there is just so many more tools and options that you can use to make creating easier with the Pro version. You totally don't need it though if you don't want to. That is one of these things that you can use for free and it still works just as well as the paid version. But if you're a blogger and you can only get one tool from this list, I would definitely recommend getting Canva Pro. It is an absolute must in my opinion. And if you need help with creating on Canva, I recommend you check out this playlist right here. And I'll see you next week. Bye!